The Metropolitan Police believe there were about 255 survivors from last month's fire at Grenfell Tower. Police say extensive investigations led them to conclude 350 people should have been in the Kensington Tower block on the night of the blaze on the 14th of June. That night, 14 residents were not in the building, leaving at least 80 people dead or missing, the Met said. Detective Chief Inspector Andy Chalmers, leading the Met's operation, described the task as unprecedented. In the update on Monday, police said the coroner had formally identified 32 bodies. Investigating officers at the police briefing said the Grenfell investigation was the biggest the Met had conducted outside of counter-terrorism operations. There are 250 specialist investigators working on the Met's operation, including the process of identifying those who died, and finding out how the fire started. Scotland Yard said forensic pathologists were sieving through debris in the building to look for human remains. Phase 1 of the operation, removing identifiable bodies, has now been completed. All remains have been scanned for objects which may be used to identify victims, such as surgical implants, personal jewelry, glasses and teeth. A parallel police investigation into the causes of the fire is also continuing, including an examination of all criminal offences that may have been committed. Detectives said they were looking at every aspect of fire safety at Grenfell, including fire doors, exit routes and emergency procedures. Officers said you could not listen to 999 calls from those who were trapped and not want to bring someone to justice, said BBC Home Affairs correspondent Danny Shaw. So far, 140 witnesses have been spoken to, with plans to interview the 650 firefighters and 300 police officers involved in the rescue operation, and all residents. Scotland Yard believes that about 10 people escaped the fire and are unwilling to come forward. The government has promised not to conduct immigration checks on survivors and those coming forward with information in a bid to aid the investigation, and has said tenants illegally subletting flats in the tower would not face charges. Separately, the government has insisted a judge-led public inquiry into the blaze would uncover the full truth behind the disaster. The head of the inquiry, Sir Martin Morbick, recently held a meeting with residents. The first public hearings are expected to be held in September.